This is Hong Kong Direct, your weekly magazine show delivering you the best of everything Hong Kong racing each and every week. And we've got a bumper show coming up for you this week. Great to have you on board. I'm Tom Wood. And here's what we've got coming up. A man that's been missing from the jockey's room is Karis Teetan. We check on his status. And we go Group 2 racing this weekend with the Oriental Watch Sha Tin Trophy with a full field of 14 lining up over 1,600 metres. Well, as I alluded to in the top of the show, we've got a special guest joining us on the line this week, and it is jockey Karis Teetan joining us via Zoom. Karis, great to have you joining us. How's things coming along with you? For those who have been unaware of your absence, quickly tell us what the issue has been.
Hi, Tom. Yeah, thank you very much for inviting me. Well, as everyone knows, that most people know in Hong Kong that I've been off for almost 3 weeks now, diagnosed with a thyroid problem. So I've been actually the last 3 weeks hasn't improved much. The blood level has dropped a little bit, but not much. So they changed the medication. So I'm hoping now there could be an improvement. So yeah, I'm just with time. We will see.
What are some of the symptoms of this medical condition you've had? Like how has it been affecting you?
Yeah, well, there's a few symptoms. You get a very high heart rate. You sort of get tired pretty quickly, and sometimes I have a little headache in the morning, and maybe just feel overheated because my body is just working so much, you know. Yeah, so it's a few things, but you know, I'm hoping the medication can kick in soon and start working.
Is it a case of if it was something that you left and didn't get treated, it could have got worse in time?
Oh yeah, it could have ended up with life-threatening if I did not see that soon. So thanks God, you know, as athletic, we are very well aware with our body. So I was able to catch it soon.
What was the catalyst for going and getting checked out? Is it just something that came on all of a sudden, or was it something that sort of you've noticed sort of gradually over time, just niggling at you in the background?
Well, from beginning of the season, I just thought when I was doing my workout preparation, I thought my heart rate was higher than usual. Usually I wake up on like 39, 40, and I was waking up on like 60, 70. So it gradually gotten worse, but I just thought because maybe I'm not fit after a long holiday. So I did not think it was a big deal until the 17th of August or 7th, yes. Before going to races, I thought it was pretty weird that my heart rate was like 120 when I woke up. So I just thought, you know, maybe, you know, a funny thing, maybe I just maybe stressing out or maybe feeling hot. So I just left it alone. And before going to races, I checked it again. I said to my wife, I said, I'll go to races. If I don't feel well, I'll just get off. I'll just call the doctor and get off if I'm not feeling well. And I went on to races. Anyway, ended up riding 3 winners that day. And I see the coach doctor maybe after the second last race. I said, you know, this was a symptom this morning. Then he mentioned come in and have a quick checkup. And then we found out we have this thyroid problem.
As we're 58 days away now from Longines HKIR, no doubt you're absolutely busting to get back in the saddle and definitely try and team up with a horse like Romantic Warrior, of course, the Derby winner and the QE2 Cup winner. No doubt that's something that you're really looking forward to. And is there a date that you think you might be back?
Well, the most important thing, I'm looking forward to get the blood result tomorrow, because then we know exactly, the doctor will know exactly what I'm diagnosed with. Because right now we sort of thought I have the grave disease, but the medication for that did not work. So now they think I just have a thyroid inflamed. So this medication I'm taking now should help. So I strongly believe that, you know, with the doctor's advice and the medication I'm taking, I'm hoping to start riding by the end of this month.
Well, Karis, I'm sure I can reiterate on behalf of all of the racing fans here in Hong Kong and right around the world, we wish you all the best. We hope those tests come back well, and we hope that we can see you back in the saddle shortly.
Thank you very much, Tom. Thank you so much.
And we're 58 days away from Longines HKIR 2022, and one of 6 lead-up races remaining is upcoming at Sha Tin on Sunday. It's going to be a cracker. It's the running of the Group 2 Sha Tin Trophy.
He's going to sparkle at his racetrack return. California Spangled jogs it in the Celebration Cup. Beauty Joy's taken the lead. Formerly Talladega, he's going to shake and bake big time, baby. What a win. What a ride again from Blake Shin and Russian Emperor for the Champions and Chater Cup. Waikuku's in front. Golden 60's running out of time. Waikuku has beaten Golden 60. Panfield in front. It's a Group 2 for Turbo Teetan. Panfield won it.
Plenty of the big guns out on show at Sha Tin on Sunday afternoon, and with that in mind, we sent our man Nick Child down to the Happy Valley Trials on Friday morning to get some news on a couple of the leading protagonists.
Well, thank you, Tom. Yes, all the hype around a couple of really smart horses hailing from the Tony Cruz stable, California Spangled and also Beauty Joy. But a super race coming up this weekend. Many of the big names turning out for the party. And, well, Tony Cruz, as you say, has got a very strong handle in the race. California Spangled, impressive last time out. And here is what his trainer had to say.
Yeah, on this previous race, when jockey got up, Zach, he says to me, he's much better horse this season. He's much more relaxed horse, and he's much more patient. And I think he insisted on going to the 1600 instead of the 12. You see, so I won't want to go against jockey, right? So obviously we're going for the 16. I think he's much improved horse. I think he's much more settled, you know.
Well, could California Spangled's biggest danger be his stablemate, Beauty Joy, a horse that we saw win a couple of Group 3s last back end? He's clearly got a quirk or two, this fellow, but he's very talented indeed, and we saw a recent trial from him as well, for which he finished off very powerfully. He looks to be the biggest danger to California Spangled, and his trainer can shed more light on Beauty Joy.
Well, he's ready for this race. Only Luke Curry is riding him for the first time. This is not an easy horse to ride to, because he's got a difficulty is that he's got to have the horse really settled, and the pace has got to be on for him. He's got to have everything in his way. But I believe he'll be motoring home. It'll be a very close fight, I believe.
And from his track work and trials, obviously we saw a really impressive trial from him. He sort of sived his way through the field, finished off really strongly. Does he show you in training that he has got that little quirk, but I guess there obviously is that ability to go with it?
Yes, he's definitely got the ability, and he definitely needs a mile and above even. I think 40 is much too short for him now. I think 1600 would be perfect. I think he can go further. I reckon he can run out 2,000 meters to a mile and a quarter, sorry.
Well, it's a very hotly contested race this weekend over the mile. It's arguably a Group 1 in all bar name. Some very smart horses lining up. Mustn't forget the likes of Waikuku. He's a 3-time Group 1 winner, and he certainly looks a horse worthy of his place for sure. You've also got Russian Emperor in the race. You have to think this might be a little bit of a stepping stone for him going up in trip in due course, but he has to start somewhere, and not forgetting his 2 excellent Group 1 wins last season. An interesting runner in the race could be Panfield. He won the race last year, meets a lot of these rivals 12 months on. A little bit worse at the weights this time around, but he did trial very nicely when stepping out at Sha Tin recently, so he looks to be perhaps back to something like his better form. But I think the ace card is held by Tony Cruz. 3 runners. He's also got Kaying Star in the race as well. He might help ensure a pretty good tempo come Sunday afternoon. But all in all, it's a superb race. It's produced many a good horse going forward, of course, and 4-year-olds just on the California Spangled angle. 17 have tried since California Memory won this race for the same connections in 2011. Just 1 winner has managed to succeed in this race. That was Gold Fun back in 2013. So we might well get another 4-year-old winner this time around. Turin Red Sun, also a 4-year-old in the lineup as well. But all the way through, it looks very strong, very competitive, and it's going to give us a good angle going into the big race coming up in December.
Thanks, Nick. Thoroughly looking forward to the big clash on Sunday afternoon with the Oriental Watch Sha Tin Trophy. Here's what we've got coming up over the next week or so here in Hong Kong. Of course, we've got racing on Sunday with the first race coming through at 1 p.m. We're live at 12:30. The Longines Cup coming up on Wednesday night at Happy Valley, part of an 8-race program. And the Premier Bowl next Sunday at Sha Tin, Group 2 for the sprinters. And that's all part of a good card coming up on the 23rd of October. Well, you would have heard Nick allude to their California memory. We're going to keep that theme continuing on. Of course, California Spangled, the leading chance going around this week at Sha Tin. But Cruz and Chadwick, they teamed up with California Memory to win this race back in 2011. We look forward to your company again next week.
It's a pretty soft lead for Able One, a multiple Group 1ing horse over a mile, and Able One just in front of Sight Winner. Beauty Flash third on the inside of Flying Blue. Cerise Cherry 3 deep. Then Sichuan Success further back to Extension. Mr. Medici gets going around the corner. Extension gets out of a pocket as they straighten. Clark still sitting very quietly on Able One. He's a length on Sight Winner. Sichuan Success can't get a run. Beauty Flash back to the fence. Extension runs on. Further back to Thumbs Up coming down the outside. Able One is the leader from the stablemate Extension. Thumbs Up rattling home, and California Memory with a late burst. Here's California Memory, one off the fence, charging at Extension and Thumbs Up, and California Memory wins it. He came from last. California Memory beat Thumbs Up and Extension.